What's up, good people? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health and hopefully your whole freaking life back on track. In today's video, I want to share with you guys a day of eating. This is the diet that I am currently using. It's a high-fat approach. I'm eating tons of protein. And I've been cured of eczema for 8 years, and my diet has gone through many shifts and changes. It's a constant process of listening to your body, refining your diet, and giving yourself what you need at different times. The one thing I want to stress is I do not promote my exact diet for every human being in the world to heal their eczema. My clients don't eat the exact foods that I eat. I stress to you, if you want to heal your eczema, your dermatitis, your psoriasis, your rosacea, your leaky gut, your irritable bowel syndrome, any autoimmune or immune diseases, you have to do two things. Specifically, you got to address your diet in a customized and intelligent way, systematic. You have to. You have to take the disciplined approach and figure out exactly what to eat and exactly what to avoid. I go over this in my 3 phases workbook pretty exclusively. Secondly, you really do have to daily address the autonomic nervous system. I have a video about how I do that. It's called Ice Baths and Breath Work. I suggest watching that and getting busy on both of those things right away, putting all of your energy into those two things, because they will have 99% of the impact on healing your body and your mind. In this video, I'm also gonna share with you guys what I call a cheat meal. There are people who ask me all the time, Rob, you must have a sweet tooth. You must have the desire to eat some fancy, pantsy, delicious, sugary, crappy foods here and there. And of course I do. I'm a human being. I'll drive down the road and I'll smell some fast food, or I'll be, around some friends who just baked some fresh cake or cheesecake or something, and that smells delicious. It gets me going. But I know for me and my path, if I start to have cheat meals, if I start to allow myself to open up too much, who knows what could happen to my gut health if that starts to be part of my daily life. And because of things like this, because of things like the cheat meal I'm gonna show you guys today, I don't ever actually cheat, because the cheat meal that I'm gonna show you today is not even actually a cheat meal. So I'm gonna get into the video, and just to give you a little heads up about this day today and how this will be reflected in my diet, I am going to be working most likely a 16-hour day. Not doing content, not working with clients, but I also work on converting RVs, vans, and tiny homes. It's my passion project, and I have a bunch of work I need to get done. So I'm gonna head to the farm and I'm gonna put in my work, which means I'm gonna be super, super hungry, which means I need a lot of fat and a lot of calories today. Let's get to it. Okay, first things first though, every morning for me starts off the same way, and I can't stress enough how important the morning hours are for the health of your hormones, your immune system, and your gut health. I don't suggest slamming a huge meal first thing in the morning unless you've been a little calorically low for a few days and you actually really need the nutrients and the nourishment. I suggest liquids in the morning for as long as you need them. And then when you get ultra hungry, true hunger, sometimes around 10, sometimes for me it's around 3 in the afternoon, I listen to my body and I give it what it needs. The best way to start the morning off, in my opinion, and I've been doing this for almost 13 years now, and I think that this simple little trick helped me heal my eczema and dermatitis and all my issues almost as much as any other thing in my diet. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but this does so much for you in the morning. A little bit of lemon squeezed into some nice clean water. Most people are hyper dehydrated, ultra hyper dehydrated. The only way to hydrate yourself is with water. Juices, sodas, all of that other crap doesn't hydrate you in the way that water does. We need to sweat. We also need to take in enough water to fuel our body every single day. The easiest way to do it, 32 ounces of lemon water first thing in the morning, and you are off to a wonderful start. I also, for the past long while, have been using this with my water every morning. It's Eczema. It's a ultra wonderful, powerful probiotic for fighting unhealthy skin. And it's amazing. So, water. Eczema. And I rotate how I use these. I'll put a link down below so you guys can pick this up if you want. I think it's only sold in the United States right now, so my overseas homies, you guys might have to wait. I take 2, some days I take 1, and I stagger this. I don't take Eczema every single day. 5-6 times a week I do. Take a few days off, 5-6 times again in a row. Sometimes 2, sometimes 1. A lot of my clients are having great success with this little bad boy too, so I'm gonna get to it. My water, my Eczema, and I'm just gonna slowly drink this, don't pound it. And I'm gonna hit the road. I gotta get to the farm, like I said. I got a crap load of work to do. Be back in a second.
We are Pearl Jam, we are 91X. Sundance, Point 807, Marty and Julia.
So from time to time, people like to ask me, they say, Rob, you're so focused on your gut health, but what about a treat once in a while? What do you do when you just have an inkering for is an inkering a word? Sorry if it's not. They're like, Rob, what do you do if you really want like cheesecake or something really bad? I'm about to show you what I do. You mix this with this in there, and you have yourself the most delicious milkshake ever that's super high in fat and calories. Oops. And has no sugar. Wonderful. Oh. I ended up drinking that entire bottle of the raw cream, and I have to say I'm feeling pretty full, satiated. After I drank my water, I spent probably 4 hours in the wind, and you could probably hear it, and in the sun. It's like a cold, hot day. It's one of those weird ones. When the wind stops, it's hot, and when the wind's blowing, it's cold. Wind chill factor. Sometimes in the valley that I'm in San Marcos, I'm in kind of in San Diego, and I'm in this little valley where there's lots of farms, and the wind comes through here hard. But that's not the point. I did eat all 2,100 of that cheat meal. And as you guys saw, that was not really a cheat meal. A fat source coming from the right animal for you as a human being is ultra important. It's one of the key staple foods that you'll need to heal your body. So today I use the raw milk. Excuse me, I don't ever really drink milk anymore at all. That's raw cream, so it's only the fats, much like butter in liquid form. Usually, I focus my energy on goat butter on my day-to-day basis, but today I'm not gonna need much because I just had 2,100 calories of pure raw cow fat, so not bad. Okay, so another 3 hours just went by, and man, I have an unreal appetite today. It's a combination of the weather and the work. So I'm in from the barn, and I think I'm gonna have steaks, but as you can see, I don't really have a place to cook in this little shack. So I'm gonna grill outside, and I'm gonna probably have 2 filet mignons. So that was filet mignon. It is my favorite steak. I've tried all different cuts. My 2 favorite types of meat, period, filet mignon and the backstrap of wild venison or elk. Man, those 2 taste so wonderful. I actually somewhat like leaner meats, the taste of them slightly better, but I get away with that because I use so much goat butter. So you probably didn't notice, but in that video of my steaks cooking, that was a lot of butter on there. I put 2 tablespoons onto there, and I really make sure that I keep my steaks saturated in that butter. A little salt and a dash of black pepper, and I'm talking a dash. That's all I do with my steaks. Butter, salt, sometimes a dash. I had 2 of them. They were big ones, 8 ounces, and I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna get back to work. I just got 3 more hours of work done, and guess what? I'm super hungry, and I'm also a little tired of work right now. My hands are beat up. I got splinters everywhere. It's just a hard, I'm ripping out, I'm gutting an old RV today, and I have to do it proper, and I have to do it right because it has mold and it has rat droppings. Okay, so right now I'm taking out this entire floor. It's just rotted and just crappy, so I'm gonna get everything down to the actual frame. So this thing has to be done perfect. I'm also rebuilding a whole cabinetry system in my van. So I got a lot going on. It's very heavy lifting. It's very manual, laborish. And in between my moments of working, I like to take things to another level. I like to do kettlebell swings. I like to do some squatting. I like to do some pull-ups. I like to do a lot of stretching. So I really make it a huge physical day, almost like the biggest physical test of my week is when I do these type of working days. I work out all day, I work all day, and the hormonal effect is absolutely amazing. But right now it's time for me to take a break from doing all that, and I'm gonna go in and enjoy the company of some wonderful friends. We are going to downtown San Diego, actually the North Park area, at a place called the Surf Club. And this is actually a bar, and I do not eat much at bars, except this place is special. They have a huge array of wonderfully sourced meats that are delicious, ranging from ribeyes to porterhouses to burgers to chicken to fish. They got it all there. And they bring it out to you raw, and they allow you to cook the food yourself. It's a dope experience, and that's what we're doing for dinner. Check it out.
That'd be good for the sizzle reel.
All right, so as you saw, that dinner for me was 2 huge burgers. I'm talking big. And I also had another piece of filet mignon. What a wonderful day. 3 pieces of filet mignon so far. May I do more? We'll see. But that dinner was off the chains. Delicious. I really enjoy eating somewhat lighter most days. And today is not the best example of this, but I enjoy eating a little bit lighter throughout the day and then having my biggest meal at lunch. My biggest meal was my first meal of the day today. Excuse me, not at lunch, at dinner. My biggest meal of the day today was my breakfast, that 2,100 calorie cheat meal. The delicious, delicious cream soda. I think that people do not take the time sometimes to relax and enjoy the experience of eating. If you're eating all the time in a rush, or when you're stressed, having bad conversations, you're walking around, you're driving in your car, this does not help the process of digestion in any way, shape, or form. If you can get into a place where you're actually chilled out, having a good time, maybe having good conversation, the ambiance feels good, there's a fireplace going, whatever. This little place that we go there because the food is wonderful, but also we go there to be together and have an actual sit-down meal the way humans really need to do. Interacting with my group of friends, they're very nourishing, they're very healthy. It's a wonderful experience. And just think about it, just common sense approach. If you're eating and feeling good and you're relaxed, don't you think your body's gonna digest and assimilate that food that you're eating far better than if you're eating, trying to rush it in during your lunch break or whatever? Take the time to, at least once per day, relax, slow your body down, and enjoy a meal while you sit with no restraints on how long you sit there, and thoroughly enjoy that process. I guarantee if you do that, your digestion will be on point. When I eat a raw egg as the last thing before bed, especially 2 or 3 of them, I do feel a huge boost in my testosterone the next morning. And I know this because of my morning woods. It's bedtime. That was my last 3 hours of work. You heard the wind, you saw what it was like outside. And I'm not camping outside, I decided not to, so I'm camping inside the shelter today. It's heated. I have a really comfortable bed in here. So I was planning on sleeping outside, but it's just too windy and too cold, so I'm not gonna do it. But you guys saw my bedtime hormonal exploder. And believe me, man, this really works. If you need a bump in your hormones, your testosterone, your GH, and for women, it's not just for the men. If you're a woman and your testosterone's not in the right place, or your growth hormone is not in the right place, or your hormones are out of whack, you're gonna suffer. And your skin, it really won't get any better. And a lot of women that I work with have a lot of outbreaks and flare-ups around their menstrual cycles. And if this is you as a woman, you're having those issues around that time of the month, it basically means that your hormones they're not feeling too good. So by popping a cholesterol-based raw egg, so bioavailable with the fats and the proteins, a few hours before bed as your last meal, for some reason, it seems to do two things for me. One, it really helps me sleep. If I'm super hungry or even a little hungry as I go to bed, I just am tossing and turning and I don't feel that great. Also, if I go to bed hungry, I wake up in the morning and my body does the opposite of what most people do. I have to poop a lot. When my stomach doesn't have the right nourishment, it doesn't feel good. By giving myself an egg or two or three or sometimes up to 5 or 6 raw eggs, it fills my body with the exact nutrients I'm looking for to build everything that needs to be built and repaired while I sleep. So it's kind of like you're sleeping and that's gonna do autophagy, that's gonna help repair everything, that's gonna rebuild your cells, it's gonna help you turn over healthy skin, it's gonna build muscle, it's gonna reestablish your proper brain waves. And the eggs is like the perfect fuel to do that. So eating eggs right before bed raw, if you can handle it with your stomach, which I can perfectly, is an absolutely amazing hack for nice mental acuity and proper hormones and good digestion the following day. Give it a try if you're brave. Actually, it doesn't really have to be brave. You just have to be down with it. Actually, you don't even have to be down with it. You just have to give it a try. I don't even know what that means. So my eggs are digested. I did a few more bits of work after I ate those eggs, and I'm just calling it a night. I'm done. Solid 14-hour day on the van and on the RV. I probably did 100 to 150 kettlebell swings with a 70-pound dumbbell. I did some overhead press, I did some RDLs, and I did some pull-ups, just sporadically throughout the day as I felt called to. And that brings my overall movement and fitness through the freaking roof for this 24-hour period. With that said, I'm absolutely exhausted, but I'm also absolutely super happy and I'm filled with wonderful, wonderful food. So I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna end the video here. I wanna thank you guys for watching. That's what I'm eating currently. May it change in the future? It most likely will. It's a refinement process always. Listen to your body. Do what you need to do personally to heal yourself. Listen to yourself. Take in all of this information, but make your own decision and be wise reading your biomarkers so you can make your refinements based off data, not emotions or what the medical medium or whatever your favorite Instagrammer has said will work. Find out for yourself, know the truth, and then once you know the truth, stay consistent with it and you will heal your body. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I super appreciate it. Leave your comments and questions down below. For those of you looking to get a hold of me to become one of my clients, to have you be helped by me to heal your skin, I'd be more than happy to help. There's a link in the description box for a consultation. There's a link in the description box for the Skinessa. There's a link in the description box for the 3 Phases workbook and my website. If you guys need more information from me, more data, more details, more content, click on those links. Also, down there is my link to my Instagram. You can find me there as Stuart, Rob Stuart. In real life, my name is just Rob Stuart. Much love, you guys. Good luck on your path. Remember, the 2 things that make the biggest impact for healing your skin and your overall body. Address the autonomic nervous system. And what that means is generally ice baths and breath work. I have a video for that. Check it out. And take the time, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is, no matter how confused you are, figure out your diet. Take responsibility for your health Do those two things. And like John Rose says, you'll be, I don't even know what he says. Do those two things and you will be on your way to the promised land. Bye.